There was a major rebellion against Chinese rule in Tibet in 1959, which was put down with the cause of much bloodshed. Thousands of Tibetans were killed during the 1959 uprising, but the exact number of deaths is disputed. Today, Tibetans and their allies across the world commemorated the 64th Tibetan National Uprising Day by marching, speaking, demonstrating, and gathering in support of the Tibetan freedom movement from Dharamsala to Rome to Rotterdam to New York. Slogans echoed throughout the street. Tibetan demands freedom and human rights then and now and until Tibet is free. Freedom House has once again ranked Tibet the least free country in the world. United Nations is playing deaf and dumb because now in Tibet, China is conducting Tibetan mass DNA collection in children as young as 5 years old. An expert alarmed by separation of 1 million children from families and forced assimilation at residential schools. As a result, Tibetan children are losing their facility with their native language and the ability to communicate easily with their parents and grandparents in the Tibetan language, which contributes to their assimilation and erosion of their identity. We have a clear message to China. The Tibetan people will never give up.
And of course, when it comes to the multilateral institutions and international platforms, they should call upon China to not just have the human rights written in the books, but also guarantee and protect them and implement them. These are the things. I'm just enumerating a few here that you can do as a responsible citizen.
Thank you very much, Madam Chile Chogila, Representative His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Thank you for your speech. And now I will request all, I'm obliged to request all to the representations of cultural songs, etc. Thank you very much. Please be sure.
Is to prepare the international community and ourselves for the day when change will happen.
Stop genocide in Tibet. Shame, shame, China, shame. Stop. Right now, right now. In Tibet. In Tibet.
Dictateur! PCC! Arrêtez la répression!
Arrêtez!
PCC! Arrêtez la répression!
Arrêtez!
Au Tibet! PCC! Arrêtez la répression!
Au Tibet!
64 ans d'occupation chinoise!
Ça suffit!
Le Tibet appartient! Le monde, réveillez-vous! Le monde, réveillez-vous! Des peuples opprimés pleurent! Le monde regarde ailleurs! Des peuples opprimés pleurent!
Le monde regarde ailleurs!
Le monde regarde ailleurs! Des peuples opprimés pleurent!
Le monde regarde ailleurs!
Pas touche à l'ADN tibétain!
Pas touche!
Pas touche à l'ADN tibétain!
Pas touche!
Des peuples opprimés pleurent!
Sashi dele, yambing latin te jictali, and please some potango to pelomain.
Phe rangze,
Samai,
gyami phe ne,
Tajukcher,
phe ki takpo,
Pemi,
long live
Dalai Lama,
Dalai Lama.
Zindabad,
What we want,
Viva Freedom,
United Nations.
Support us,
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetan,
Release.
Pension Lama,
Choro.
Tipa Choro,
Tibetan देश
हमारा है,
जान भी देंगे, खून भी देंगे,
देश की मिट्टी कभी न देंगे,
हिंदी चीनी भाई भाई,
यही चीका तोका है,
मुर्दाबाद
शी जिनपिंग मुर्दाबाद,
चीनियों,
तिब्बत छोड़ो,
तिब्बत देश,
हमारा है,
साथ दो,
बारासा का साथ दो,
भारत तिब्बत मैत्री,
अमर है,
बॉयकॉट,
नहीं चाइना,
कोरोना वायरस,
नहीं चाइना,
China,
out,
they are the killer,
yeah,
they are the butcher, they are the liar.
yeah,
Stop killing,
in Tibet,
stop genocide, stop murdering.
in Tibet,
What we want,
Viva Freedom,
fake yellow,
Peg yellow,
fake yellow,
Peg yellow,
fake yellow.
Peg yellow.
thông qua thì là chúng tôi sẽ kêu cái chúng tôi là kêu sa thả thế mi cái là hình chủ trương đặc sĩ của rể sung chủ thị khi những một thành là thế về quân dân sống hồ thế cái bảo thì đúng anh chỉ là thả Canada Sunday Tuesday with me Canadians qua thành là phía rể còn sẽ về Toronto Sunday nam ki phuman samala pering sukchu tuje ki goti chokchong pering chitin sokpa Canada parents loktu sokpa dokam chuchi thamju Sunday peki shunnon henso Ontario peki thumen henso sabshide samji shubiyin
our support for Tibet on this uprising day, recognizing that Tibet is a nation, that Tibetans are a people, and that Tibetans have a right to self-determination, just like any people, just like any nation. And I was pleased to be working across party lines with people from all over our parliament to advance a motion calling for a resumption of Sino-Tibetan dialogue, specifically with the view to Tibetans being able to exercise self-determination and to establishing the middle way approach, genuine autonomy for Tibet. There are so many dark signs about what the Communist Party is doing in China, in Tibet, but even here in Canada. And we renew our call for a public inquiry into interference by the Communist Party in Canadian elections, efforts to install more pliant candidates, interference not just in Canadian elections, but as all of you know, attacks on, threats towards diaspora communities, threats of violence towards people in the Tibetan community and other communities who are speaking out for justice. We need to continue to fight this issue of foreign interference in Canada so that Canada can be a strong voice on the world stage for justice and human rights. There are so many dark signs in Tibet, here in Canada, of what the Communist Party is doing. But one of the reasons why I love standing with Tibetans is the constant, enduring hope that you bring to me and hope that you bring to others. Hope in a certain future yet unseen, where Tibetans will again be able to exercise that genuine autonomy. And a steadfast persistence in spite of the decades since the uprising of oppression. The institutions, building the communities, building the strength that will allow Tibet to once again flourish in freedom and enjoy that genuine autonomy. And I commit to continue to standing with you and working with you. I believe what we're seeing right now is the darkness before the dawn. It is that last gasp of authoritarian violence at the same time as the voices of people are breaking out all over the world. We had in the last year, in response to the horrific COVID-0 policy, we had people in Shanghai standing up and singing, "Can you hear the people sing?" Singing the songs of angry men. It is the music of people in Tibet, people in Urumqi, people in India, people here in Canada, and all over the world, saying we are not going to take it anymore. I want to thank my son Judah for coming with me today. He's 7 years old. He's been with me all week, and he and the rest of my family are so supportive of the things that I'm able to work on. His name is Judah, which, from my background, we say the Lion of Judah, and we're here to roar together in support of Tibet. I also want to recognize there are some people I see from other communities standing in solidarity with the Tibetan cause. Our brothers and sisters from Hong Kong who are fighting their own fight for freedom and justice. Tibet, one of the oldest areas of PRC repression. Hong Kong, one of the newest, sadly, to experience the same kinds of oppression and violence. And what we see here in Canada in this movement for freedom and justice is Tibetans, Hong Kongers, Uyghurs, people from mainland China standing together. Ukrainians, Iranians, people from every part of the world asserting the universality of the dignity.
Allow video. Stop the killing. Stop the mining. Stop the genocide. China, China, China. China, China, China.
Release the Tibetan Lama now!
Release the Tibetan Lama now!
Stop killing! Stop the genocide! Stop the torture! Stop the mining! Stop the mining!
Wall is
China!
World is watching!
Shame on China!
World is watching!
Shame on China!
World is watching!
Free Tibet!
China out!
Free Tibet!
China out!
Free Tibet!
China out!
Release the political prisoners now!
Release the
Political prisoners now!
Release the political prisoners now!
Release the political prisoners!
Shame!
China shame!
Shame! Shame!
China shame!
Shame! Shame! Shame!
China shame! We want justice! We want justice!
The
world is watching!
The world is watching!
Tibet is not
Part of China! China out! China out!
To the world that we have not and we will not give up until His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama returns to his rightful place in Potala Palace. We will begin by singing the Tibetan and Canadian national anthem.
아니 또 보너이나 다 진짜 뉴하기다 뉴시니 존데 진짜 유하기다 당고버도 다 장노 종기다 단적지야 아니 사적다 커버도 보기 자서 다사투니 아니 자메게 몸이다 근데다 몸도 전죽지야 아니 송하게 më는 근데 동야 하나도 진성은 안에 도와요 맞죠 근데기다 가정지고요 아 커버도 말이 장노 종이 와서 뛰대요래 장노 먹고 종이 장노 종이 와서 나도 너무나 민다 키니용 되게 말이야. 장노 중에 단다 필도 가서 제쇼 용기다 그속도